Yeah, and we've got this great set of examples from IELTS Speaking Part 1. It's all about the weather.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is we get these side-by-side comparisons, answers aiming for maybe a band 5 versus those going for a much higher band 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm. And it really throws into sharp relief how subtle shifts in language can make a huge difference in what you convey.
Right. And okay, yeah, it comes from a language test, but our goal here isn't just about passing an exam. It's more about understanding how you take simple ideas.
And just flesh them out a bit more.
Yeah, add detail, add clarity. It's a skill that honestly helps everywhere. Work meetings, just chatting, whatever.
Absolutely. So you'd think weather is simple, right? But how you talk about it really changes how people connect with what you're saying.
Okay, let's dive in. First question, super common. How is the weather today? We've got a band 5 answer that's just, well, listen. Today is nice, sun is out, not cold.
Very factual, almost like bullet points.
Totally. Now compare that to the band 8-9 version. The weather today is actually quite pleasant. It was a bit cloudy this morning, but now the sun is out and there's a light breeze, which makes it perfect for a walk.
See, it's immediately richer. Quite pleasant instead of just nice.
And the detail, mentioning the morning clouds, the light breeze.
And linking it to an activity, perfect for a walk. It gives the weather context, a consequence almost.
It's like a mini story, isn't it? It shows a change over time. The band 5 is just a snapshot. The band 8-9 gives you a little narrative.
Precisely. It feels more like an experience being shared.
Okay, next one. What's your favorite kind of weather? Band 5. I like sunny weather. It's good. I feel happy.
Simple. Direct. Maybe a bit childlike.
Yeah. Now the band 8-9. I enjoy mild sunny days the most. Something around 20 degrees Celsius. It puts me in a good mood, and I find I'm more productive and energetic when the weather is nice but not too hot.
Okay, huge difference again. Specificity, mild, sunny, around 20 degrees Celsius.
And the why. It's not just I feel happy. It puts me in a good mood, makes them more productive and energetic.
Mm-hmm. It connects the weather to their personal state, their performance almost. You really understand why it's their favorite.
The band 5 is just a statement. The band 8-9 feels like a genuine insight.
Yeah, more relatable, more understandable.
All right, broader question. What is the climate like in your country, band 5? My country is hot. Summer is very hot. Winter is cold.
Repetitive and pretty vague, right? Could be anywhere.
Exactly. Band 8-9. In Korea, we experience 4 distinct seasons. Summers are usually hot and humid, while winters can be quite cold, often dropping below 0. Spring and autumn are relatively short, but really beautiful, especially when the cherry blossoms bloom or the leaves change color.
Wow, okay, so much more information there. 4 distinct seasons, humid, dropping below 0.
And the specific examples. Cherry blossoms, changing leaves that paints a real picture. It uses much richer vocabulary.
You get a sense of the cycle, the unique character of the climate. It's not just generic hot and cold.
Totally different level of description. Okay, let's talk impact. Does the weather affect people's lives in your country? Band 5. Yes, when it rains, people stay home. When it's sunny, they go out.
Again, very basic cause and effect. True, but simple.
Right. Now the band 8-9. Definitely. During the rainy season, people tend to stay indoors more, and there's a noticeable increase in traffic jams. On the other hand, when the weather is nice, parks and cafes are packed with people enjoying the outdoors.
Ah, see? Concrete examples. Traffic jams, parks and cafes are packed.
It shows a broader awareness, doesn't it? Not just individuals stay home, go out, but like societal patterns.
Yeah, the real-world consequences. Traffic, busy public spaces. That makes it much more vivid.
It demonstrates observation of the community, not just personal action.
Okay, another angle. Do people change in the summer? Band 5 is very direct. Yes, they go outside. They wear short clothes.
Observational, yes, but surface level.
Compare that to band 8-9. Yes, I'd say people become more active and cheerful in the summer. You'll see more families going on trips, students hanging out in parks, and people generally spending more time socializing.
Active and cheerful. That's getting into mood and behavior.
And the examples are better too. Families on trips, students in parks, more socializing. It captures the summer vibe.
Right. It's not just what people do or wear, it's how they are. More energetic, more connected.
It delves into those qualitative changes, not just the obvious physical ones.
Let's switch to dislikes. Is there any weather you really don't like? Band 5. I don't like cold weather. I feel bad.
I feel bad. Again, very simple emotional response.
Band 8-9. I'm not a fan of freezing temperatures, especially when it's windy. It makes it really uncomfortable to go outside, and I tend to stay home more often during those days.
Okay, specificity again. Freezing temperatures, especially when it's windy. That tells you more.
And the reason why makes it really uncomfortable to go outside. Plus, the consequence. Tend to stay home more.
It's a logical explanation, not just a feeling. You understand the impact on their life. It's cause and effect.
Much more convincing. Now, thinking about problems. Does bad weather ever affect transport in your country? Band 5 is quite fragmented. Yes, when it rains hard, traffic is bad. Trains late.
Broken sentences, very basic.
Yeah, Band 8, 9. Yes, especially during typhoon season or heavy snowfalls. Public transportation like buses and trains often get delayed, and flights can be canceled. Even commuting to work becomes stressful due to traffic congestion.
So much clearer. Specific types of bad weather, typhoon season, heavy snowfalls.
And a whole range of impacts.
Yeah.
Delayed buses, trains, canceled flights.
Even the stress of commuting due to traffic congestion. It paints a much fuller picture of the disruption.
You really get a sense of how significant the problem can be. The Band 5 is just a hint.
Right. Lacks the detail to show the scale.
Okay, how about coping? What do you usually do when the weather is bad? Band 5. I stay home, watch TV, sleep.
Listing actions. Very brief.
Band 8, 9. When the weather's bad, I usually stay indoors and catch up on reading or watch something on Netflix. It's actually a great excuse to slow down and relax a bit.
Better examples, catch up on reading, watch something on Netflix, specifics again.
And I like the last part, reframing it slightly. It's actually a great excuse to slow down and relax a bit.
Yeah, it shows a little bit of reflection, finding a positive spin. It's not just listing things, it's adding a personal touch, a perspective.
Makes the person seem more thoughtful.
Okay, personal experience. Have you ever experienced extreme weather? Band 5, yes. One time, big rain. I was scared.
Big rain, very vague, and just scary.
Band 8, 9. Yes, once when I was in Busan, a typhoon hit the city. The wind was so strong that signs were flying off buildings and public transportation stopped completely. It was pretty scary, but also fascinating to witness.
Whoa, okay. Specific event. Typhoon in Busan.
Vivid details, signs flying off buildings, public transportation stopped completely. You can almost picture it.
And the emotional response is more nuanced, too. Pretty scary, but also fascinating.
Exactly. It creates a much stronger, more memorable story. The Band 5. And you don't really feel anything.
It just lacks any real substance. Okay, final one. Do you check the weather forecast often? Band 5. Yes, I look phone every day.
Functional, but very basic language.
Band 8, 9. I do check the weather forecast regularly, especially before making outdoor plans. It helps me decide what to wear and whether to bring an umbrella or not.
More natural phrasing regularly, especially before making outdoor plans.
And crucially, it explains why. Helps me decide what to wear, whether to bring an umbrella. It shows the purpose.
Right. It connects the action checking the forecast to the practical benefit. The Band 5 just states the habit.
So, looking across all these,
Yeah.
the pattern seems really clear, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The higher band answers consistently do a few key things. Use more descriptive words, give specific details or examples.
Explain the why behind their statements.
Yeah.
Use more varied sentence structures.
And generally sound more fluent and, well, natural. They elaborate.
It's about painting a fuller picture, isn't it? Not just giving the bare minimum information.
Yeah, and that makes it so much more engaging for whoever's listening. It shows you can think about a topic and express yourself clearly.
And like we said at the start, this isn't just an exam trick. Thinking this way, adding detail, explaining yourself, makes all your conversations better.
Definitely. It's how you make your ideas clearer, more interesting, more impactful, whether you're talking about the weather or, something complex at work.
So here's a thought to leave you with. Think about the last simple question someone asked you. Maybe just, how was your weekend? Or something similar. Could you have answered with a bit more detail? A specific example, an explanation for why it was good or bad? What difference might that have made to the chat?
It's interesting to consider, isn't it, how even on those small things, adding a bit more depth can really change the connection.
Exactly. Sometimes even simple questions deserve a little deep dive in our answers.